Hey guys, welcome back to Gingerbread Aquatics with Andrew. Today, I'm going to be talking about the package that I got from Aquarium Co-op. Just an update on how the 27-gallon cube aquarium is doing, as well as showing you guys the fish tanks that I have set up in the other room, particularly the tank that I'm breeding my Celestial Pearl Danios, and how that's coming along. So stay tuned. Also, make sure you guys subscribe and like this video so you guys can stay updated as to when I'm uploading videos. If you want to click that notification bell and select all, that will let you know when I upload videos so you can tune in to watch them. Alright, let's get into the video. Alright, so you can see that the 27-gallon tank is looking pretty good. Not dealing with a lot of algae right now. There's a little bit that is on the glass, but overall it's pretty manageable. The jungle valve, if we can look back here a bit, you can see some of the white roots back there, and that's because the fluval stratum is pretty light, and when I planted it into there, it didn't stick very well. So that's just something to know about fluval stratum, is that it's a great planted substrate, but you can sort of see all throughout the jungle valve that it's starting to come up a bit. Once it starts rooting, I'm going to move it around and try sinking a little bit further into there, but overall it's looking pretty good. The other thing you can see is that I changed out my old pre-filter sponge from the one that I had made to the one that I had bought from Aquarium Co-op. So you can actually, that's one of the things that I actually bought from them. I'm very happy about that, because I think, among other things, that my shrimp have been getting sucked up into there, my shrimplets, I should say, have been getting sucked up into there, and they have been not doing very well, obviously, and dying once they hit the impeller. I think that's why my shrimp population has been taking off. Otherwise, all things considered, is looking pretty good. The only other thing that I did was I moved the big air pump back out here, because I actually got a shipment from my dad, and he gave me another air pump that I could use in the second bedroom, so I could put this one back out here because it's quieter than the previous one. So speaking of the second bedroom, I'll give you guys one last look at this tank and see how it's doing, and then we'll go over to the second bedroom and take a look at all the tanks in there that I have. Alright, let's head over there. Here is the tanks that I have in the second bedroom. There's the 40-gallon breeder I was telling you guys about. At the very bottom here, obviously, the other tank is way too small to do a 40-gallon breeder. And then up top we have my 5-gallon tank, my plant bucket, and a bunch of live food culture. So let's go over there and take a look to see what those look like. Starting off with this is just my leftover guppy grass that I have that I've been using to slowly fill into here. Let me turn off the grow lights for the plants. That's a little bit better. Still going to be a little funky color, but that's alright. But this is the guppy grass that I have been using to supplement the spawning area that I have here for my Celestial Pearl Danios. So I'll try to give you guys a pretty good shot of it without too much glare, but that's going to be nearly impossible with how many lights are in this room. So there's, you can see some of the Celestial Pearl Danios in there in the back. We'll come back to them in just a second, I promise. And then we move over here, and we have one culture of Walter worms, a second culture of Walter worms, and then that is where my white worms are. Then I have some paramecium green water, some more paramecium, and then some algae, and then some food that I feed to my white worms, because that's old feed that no longer is very good for my fish and has a weird smell to it, but the worms will gladly eat it, and then all the nutrients and minerals that are inside of that will get transferred to the worms, but then it gets transferred to my fishes. So let's take a closer look at the Celestial Pearl Danios and what's happening in this tank, because it's pretty exciting, and I'll do a longer video if you guys want to see more about what this setup is. So just let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more information about what I'm doing in here, because I'm breeding all of my Celestial Pearl Danios and raising up the fry in a 5-gallon tank, which I think is pretty cool. Only way that I'm going to be able to show you guys is to have all this funky light on here, but that's the light that I have in this room. That's what it has to be. So I'm going to show you guys what I can show you guys, and you have to take my word for the rest of it. So first, let's take this guy off. And this here, I have, let's see if I can show you guys all of my Celestial Pearl Danio eggs, which I don't know if we'll be able to see any currently. Let me adjust my brightness a bit, but I don't think that we'll be able to see anything with just how my light situation is. Yeah, there's one in the corner, but that's really not, you might be able to just barely see that. But the more exciting thing is actually what's happening over here, and you might be able to see some of the little tiny fry swimming around in here. I'll see if I can try pointing some out for you guys. But you guys can probably see some of the ones that are swimming around in here. There's one up there. You can just barely see him swimming around. And then there's another one along the wall back there. And there are a couple that are straight down the bottom in there. But in total there are about 10 of them in here so far that I've actually hatched. There's another 2 eggs in here. And then I have all of the parents in here. You can see them back there. I have 2 males and 5 females. And I have my spawning mop and my guppy grass that I'm using as sort of a natural substrate for them up here. And I come in here and I check this about daily and remove all of the eggs out. I take out all of the spawning mops, take the eggs out, put them into this first container here. Once they hatch, they move back into that back container there, and from there I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with them because I haven't made it past this stage yet. But if you guys want some more information about how I'm doing this and what I'm using, let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely make a video about how to breed, or how I am breeding Celestial Pearl Danios or Galaxy Reservoirs, whatever you want to call them. The other things that I have in here are my new Aquarium Co-op sponges. You saw the little mini nano one in the 5-gallon tank, and I actually have all this being run by the air pump that my dad sent me, so thank you for that, Dad. It's been very helpful in making sure I have air running to all these systems. Before I was using a little tiny USB air pump, which was doing a sufficient job, but it wasn't doing a great job. So now I feel a lot more comfortable with a lot of aeration in there, turning the water over, making sure the nitrification cycle is happening, and that I'm not going to have a buildup of ammonia or nitrite in there. So if you guys want to learn a little bit more about aeration and air pumps and whatnot, I'll leave an info card of that in the upper left hand corner, or upper right hand corner, sorry. And that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching to the end. Make sure you like and subscribe, and have a blessed day, you guys. See ya.